Hello friends and welcome to the Plug in India EV issue tracker. This is episode number 7. Looking at all the issues on the forums, we've picked out 3 for this week which we are going to present to you. Okay, before we jump into this week's or this month's issue tracker, we would like to have a short note about the Pure EV ePluto 7G fire. And we are aware of this, but we don't know too many details. We are waiting for Pure EV itself to get the scooter and then report to us what problems they have. We are in touch with them and definitely we will be reporting this on the EV issue tracker. So stay tuned for that. And we feel that in this situation, there's this journalist guy, Mr. Banerjee, somebody who's saying that, oh, the entire EV industry is shivering and they're afraid and stuff. But just take a look at the number of ICE vehicle fires that have been around, and ICE vehicles continuously keep on catching fire, exploding. This is not the case with electric vehicles. Electric vehicles have a very controlled kind of fire. And of course, Pure EV, if you look at the perspective, September 2021, 18 months previous, they have sold 25,000 electric scooters. How many of them actually caught fires? So it's not right to kind of feel that all electric vehicles are fire hazards. Definitely not. In fact, quite the converse. They are very safe to drive and they have all sorts of precautions built into them. Accidents are definitely bound to happen. They will happen whether it's EV, whether it's ICE, and that's something that we should maintain perspective on. So with that, having said that, let's move on with the electric vehicle issue tracker for September 2021. So first up, we have Mr. Pradeep Pandyaraj from Ooty, Tamil Nadu, and he is an MG ZS EV owner. His is a 2020 model, and recently he got his software updated after the 20,000 kilometer service, and he's noticed a marked degradation in range. So he says that earlier, before the update at 20,000 kilometers, with AC his car would go 325 kilometers, and without AC a little bit more at 370 kilometers. And at 100% SOC, it would show him a range of 333 kilometers and the pack voltage was 455 volts. And the regen that he got on his regular drives was 14%. Well, after the upgrade to the new software, basically his infotainment and BMS, there are 2 parts to the MG ZS software system, and both of these were upgraded to the 2021 version. And what happened was, without AC, he gets a range of 295 kilometers, and with AC it's gone down to 275 kilometers, which is a significant amount less than the previous range. And at 100% SOC he gets a 311 kilometer range with the pack voltage at 449 volts, which is again much lower than previous. Regen has also gone down to 8%, and the initial power offtake is slow and regen is very, very low even on level 3. So what did the owner do when he spotted the issue? Well, he took the car to the MG service center in Coimbatore and they flashed the entire software, and it took about 3 hours, and after that, as the problem has not gone away, it still persists, so the issue is still open. So just about an hour ago, we got an update on the forums from a Mumbai MG ZS EV owner, and what he says is that even the MG after the latest software update reports 444 volts at 100% charge. Usually it has 452 volts, but I have got both the latest software, one for the infotainment and the other for the BMS. Only infotainment system supports over-the-air updates, while the BMS update I had to take it to the service center. So about half an hour ago, we got an update from Pradeep, and he says that after the software update, he's been experiencing a couple of side effects. Now what are they? So the first thing is SOC level drops drastically, and the second thing is that the regen levels are really low, and it's so low in fact that he actually has to use the brakes. Regen is not effective as before. Previously, no need to use brakes while descending down the ghats while traveling from Ooty to Coimbatore. Now I have to use brakes. Absolutely poor. It's like a truck. I feel Bharat-Benz trucks are better due to the retarders. So regarding this SOC drop, as soon as the vehicle moves after 100% charge, SOC rapidly drains 97, 85, 82%. There seems to be some bug in the BMS, and we need a fix from MG. So that's what Pradeep has been telling us, and this is really disappointing because after an update you normally feel that your car should do better than it used to do before. Some improvements should have been made. So guys, this is actually quite disappointing, and we feel it's not surprising because ICE companies are generally bad at software and they don't have such tight integration. Like you've got OTA updates for the infotainment but not for the BMS. Now that should have been a first, right? They should have had OTA updates for the BMS so that it would be up to date. Maybe there is some security issue. Maybe they feel it's safer if you update the BMS only at the service center, so nothing might go wrong. It's also quite disappointing that he has these 3 side effects. The most important of them, I mean the most concerning, is the drop in SOC. This should definitely not be happening. Maybe there's a problem with the software, it's just the display which is in error, or maybe it indicates an error in the batteries. This has to be looked into. The other thing, as far as range is concerned, is also quite disappointing because you want this kind of a car to have a decent range, good efficiency. What has happened now that suddenly the range is so low? Is the driver profile changed? Have they made the performance much better at the cost of range? So one more thing that could possibly result in a drop in the range could be that they have increased the buffer in the batteries. So as a result, the degradation of the battery would be reduced, and hence the final range of the car has come down. So this is something that could have happened. We don't know for sure, but we'll wait for MG, for Pradeep, for somebody to give us some clarity on this subject. And finally, the regen. Now regen is something that personally we and many other EV users have really enjoyed. This is something that makes your hard driving a lot more fun, a lot more exciting. You're not pounding the brakes, you're allowing the car to slow itself down, and generally this is something that matches the slope as well. I mean, if you've got a higher slope, the regen increases a little bit so that your car gently just glides across and you're not using your brakes anymore. So this is something that definitely needs to be looked into. We don't know what's happened, why the setting has come down so low. Pradeep, please keep us updated, and thank you so much for sharing this issue with us. I'm sure the EV community will benefit, and we look forward to some solutions from MG, as we know that they are a really customer focused company, and so far we've heard good reviews about their customer service. So looking forward to something good on this, guys. So friends, the next one is a popular car again, which is the Mahindra E-Verito. We have Mr. Bharat Singh from Ghaziabad, Uttar Pradesh, and he purchased a 2018 C2 variant of the E-Verito. Of course, his purchase was made in June 2021, which is surprising. So how come he buys a 2018 car in 2021? Well, what happened was Bharat got a very good offer on a EESL car which had not been picked up from the Mahindra factory, and he purchased that at a much lower rate. And well, he was happy driving it until the charge cable failed and he was not able to charge his car, so he made do with fast chargers around his area. What he did about the problem was he contacted Mahindra and asked for a replacement cable, and that cable would have cost him 27,000 rupees. So he is not willing to pay such a high price for just such a simple cable. You can take a look at the images that we have given below of the charge cable that is used for the E-Verito. It is a standard type 2 cable, and this cable is not manufactured by any company in India, possibly because the molds are very expensive to make. Nobody's invested more than 1 crore in that yet, and as a result this will need to be imported. You can take a look at the last picture which shows Spark Minda as the manufacturer of the cable. Minda now is a very popular automotive accessory manufacturer, and I have used a lot of their parts on my Bullet Electra. So maybe if they can directly, we are trying to see if Bharat can get his cable directly from Spark Minda, and if that would bring the price down. So the status of this problem remains open until Bharat can replace his charge cable either by purchasing it from Mahindra or by getting from another alternative source. So guys, back to our favorite two-wheelers, and we have an Okinawa Ridge and a very enthusiastic service center, Sharanya Motors, Airport Road, Pune, has sent us this details. And another one of the Okinawa Ridge was parked overnight in water. The entire scooter was underwater for the whole night, and in the morning when the owner started the scooter, it would not start. So they took the scooter to Sharanya Motors, and they said that yes, this is indeed a problem. It does happen. If water enters the motor and then you try to start it, it will short out the windings inside. So let's take a look at the video sent to us, and we can see that there's a black part. The winding is completely burnt, shorted out over there, and the rest is coppery golden color. And they have actually opened up the entire BLDC motor, and this will require a rewinding. The entire copper wire will have to be changed. And it's amazing that we have people here who are willing to actually repair BLDC motors. It has been known so far that BLDC motors are not easy to repair, but Saranya Motors is here and doing that, and hats off to you guys. So finally what happened was that the entire wiring had to be changed, the sensor in the motor had to be changed, and the sensor plate also had to be changed. The total cost of this to the customer was 4,000 rupees, which I feel is really good for an entire replacement of this sort. So I hope this teaches all of us not to park our vehicles out where they might be submerged during the rains, but sometimes you just can't help it, you're stuck in a spot. In that case, there is a solution available. So guys, just a comment over here that we feel that repairing components is much better than replacing them, because any day reusing something that has already been manufactured is much better than recycling it, or of course way much better than manufacturing it fresh. So well done Charanya Motors, and let's hope we see many more DIY and in-house repairs by dealers and owners alike. So thank you guys for staying with us till the end. We feel we will have to reduce the frequency of the issue tracker because there are so many new things happening in the EV world, but we will keep this series up, and please keep us motivated to keep on reporting to you by going to the Plug in India forums and reporting and writing about whatever issues you have over there. So until we meet again next fortnight, thank you and stay safe.